life that I'm living. Sit back, chillin', start a multi-business with the focus. Making millions, it's the stuff that dreams are made of, and no hater can stop. Hello everyone, thank you for joining us for another episode of Let's Talk Business. Today I have with me a special guest by the name of Mrs. Willie Mallory. You may know her from the community. She does a lot in the community, and we're glad today to spend some time with her to talk a little bit about her journey when it comes to the world of entrepreneurship and business ownership. How you doing, Miss Willie?
Good. Thanks for having me, Marvell.
Yeah, no problem. So let's talk about it a little bit.
Yeah.
You're originally from where?
I'm originally from Chicago, born and raised.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you transitioned here to South Bend?
I was born and raised in Chicago. I graduated from Inglewood High School on the South Side. And then about 10 years after I graduated, I moved to Denver, Colorado. And I lived out there for 18 years. And then I moved back to South Bend, which I did live here in my younger years before I was an adult. I was like a teenager. I lived in South Bend for a couple of years.
Okay.
So now I'm back.
Now you're back. And we're
I
glad
have family here. Thank you.
Good stuff. And the reason we're so happy for your success is because you have taken the time out to be a part of the beauty industry. So let's talk a little bit about that. What, first of all, motivated you to want to be a part of that industry?
Well, I'm a girly girl. I love fashion, beauty, like a lot of women. I love hair, makeup, and things like that. And what motivated me to be in the, to actually branch out and work in the beauty industry. All of my life, I did frequent hair stores. You get your products there, you get little accessories there, earrings, lip gloss, lipstick, and and your hair care, if you like braids, or you get that type of stuff there. And for years and years, I went there. I had my favorite ones that I like to go to. But then after a while, we started getting these complaints. And my eyes opened. I saw the complaints myself, where there was nobody like us that worked in those stores or owned those stores. And we were like their top customers. So I'm like, wait a minute, we can do this too. So I branched out and saved a little bit of money, and I got started in my front room. And then about 6 months later, I saw the need to grow, and I reached out and I got a storefront, my first storefront downtown.
Okay. And
I was there for over 3 years. And then I finally got my own building on Lincoln Way West. And I've been there since March.
Wow.
Well, since the beginning of the year, but I didn't open until March because the building needed a lot of rehab.
Okay.
Before I could open.
Wow.
So yeah.
Yeah, well, thank you for sharing that. I didn't realize you had that type of journey, but that motivation started with, there's no one like us.
Right.
And that's because that industry, that's a very challenging industry, particularly for African-American people to get into.
Okay.
Yeah, and I only say that because, as you mentioned, we only can go by what we see.
Right.
Is there anybody else in this area that is also in the same industry as you that is African American that you know?
I think I'm the only one. I thought that there was other beauty supply stores that was black owned, but when I got into my building, I found out that there is not. So I'm the only one in this area that is owning the owner of a beauty supply store.
Wow. Well, we want to certainly say congratulations on being one of the first, the pillars that others definitely will have to follow moving forward.
Yeah.
But now, how did you manage, Miss Willie, to even get in the industry, knowing that it's a very challenging industry? How did you find a way to pierce through there?
Things could look challenging and everything, but and it probably looks more challenging to some than it does others. A challenge is nothing to me. It's like a challenge is something to overcome. So I just jumped in there and I started working it. You know, I'm a hard worker. I don't give up, you know, and I pick up things easily, you know, and I don't know, a challenge doesn't discourage me. A challenge motivates me.
Okay.
So I go ahead and I know that with much prayer, that things can work out for you if you're on the right road. If this is for you, it's gonna work out if you don't give up.
Okay. Okay.
So I just, and it didn't seem to be so challenging. Some things were, because the people don't like to sell to people of my color. Because it was hard for them to get to know I am really a business. I am really licensed. You know, I'm not just doing this just to stock my own home. I really am a business owner. So you have to prove that, you know, to let people know you are legit, you know. So that part was a little bit hard. But once I got my foot in the door, I got other suppliers to realize that I am really a business. So it was like from there, this thing just kept going till I got all of my suppliers now. I have a lot of suppliers now.
Okay.
They know Beauty Hive, and they know Miss Willie now, and they know that who I am. They Google me, they look, you know, they check you out to make sure that you're legit.
Right, right.
So
right.
yeah, I got my footprint now
There
in the
you go.
business.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of sad to hear that here in the year 2024 that there are certain challenges that certain cultural groups are facing.
Right.
Even though that they're the #1 customer of that
Right.
same industry.
Right.
That's interesting.
That is.
So,
That
so
is.
when you started this business, no doubt who helped you to come up with your business plan? Did you take advantage of any particular organization to assist you?
I
Okay.
did. I had a mentor. The name of the company, it's eluding me at the moment.
Okay.
But I had a really good person that mentored me. He was from an agency around South Bend, and he walked me through my business plan. I had to write it myself.
Right.
But he showed me all the ins and outs, how it needs to look, how to format it, what to say, the wording, all the buzzwords and everything that needed to be in my business plan.
Right.
And with that, I like I said, I saved up some funding at the beginning, you know, on my own. But then I ended up once I got my business plan together, I was able to present that to funders who, and I ended up getting business loans.
Nice.
To move my business to the next level. Yeah.
Nice, nice. See,
Yeah.
and that's key that you just mentioned, how your business plan and the
Yeah.
way it was crafted was enough to convince other entities to say, okay, we're going to invest
Right.
some money or throw that loan that way.
Yes.
So we can see how a business plan is, as I mentioned in other shows, that's one of the first things that you got to get, you know, structured,
Right.
because that's going to be the thing to help you move forward.
Right.
So good job with that.
Right, and follow your business plan, because that's your format, that's your map, that's your roadmap to get where you want to get, because your business plan starts at the beginning, at your infancy, and it goes all the way through to your next steps in your business. So a business plan is very important.
Nice, nice. You know, in the show, we always bring up business plans and the different aspects of it. And, you know, particularly in regards to budget, you mentioned that you saved some money to help you invest your personal savings to get you
Right.
going. At least
Right.
you took that first step.
Yes, I did.
And
Yeah.
then, of course, it just trickled down to the other things that happened.
Right.
Now, when it comes to the budgeting, was that challenging for you? Because, of course, you have to still live and work, but yet you taking some money aside to put it towards your business.
Right.
How did that work out for you? How did you make that happen?
I had to learn that, of course. You at some point in your life, you're gonna stop living paycheck to paycheck. You're gonna make sure you got something put away for dreams, you know, for things that you want to do, you know. So, and if it only takes like $15 per paycheck, you know, once you see that growing, you're like, okay, I'm doing something. And so that motivates you to keep going, especially if you have a goal in mind. I want to open up my first business. I want to be the first Black-owned beauty supply store in this area, you know? And so once you see it, then you really start believing that you can do it, you know? Because that money accumulating, that's your evidence that this is going to work out for you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. So sacrifice was involved in that, obviously.
Yes.
Mm.
Sacrifice. You know.
Was that a big challenge sometime?
Sacrifice is a challenge.
Anyway, right?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
it is a challenge anyway. But, you know, once you learn how to cut those few little things out, the things that, you know, that's not really, really necessary for your life, and do something else with those few coins, you know, then you start getting used to it. And then not living paycheck to paycheck feels so good.
I know that's right. So let me ask you something. As part of your strategy or presentation to those lenders, do you think it helped that they knew that you were invested, that you put some of your money into it before you came asking them?
Yes.
So when young entrepreneurs out there are trying to get their business and they're looking for lenders, they need to understand that they have to be the first lender to their own operations.
Yes, there you go. Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, yes.
And then once you put, as somebody mentioned, skin in the game,
right,
then others will say, okay, if you're willing to put something into your own dream,
right,
then if we think the plan is looking profitable,
right,
we can go ahead and put a little money behind it.
We're going to go in there with you. You have to convince people by that. You have to be your own investor. Invest in yourself, you know, and then, like you said, get those first steps. You got a little money saved. You are doing the work to get your business plan, you know, rolling, and then people will take you seriously. So you have to be at a place where people looking at you like you're not. This is not a game to you. This is real to you.
Right.
Right.
Okay. Okay. We're going with your bad self, Miss Willie. I love it. I love it.
You know me, Mardell.
Yeah, I
me.
know. But you know, I love because as I'm listening to you, I hear the passion. I'm seeing your vision because you're very clear in what you wanted, how you wanted, and you went after it.
Right.
And you had the support of a lot of people as well because they knew that you were gonna do what you said you was gonna do. How important would you say having that support or convincing people of your legitimacy is in the beginning and outset of a business?
Having support it feels so good, number one, because you don't want to feel like you're in it by yourself. You know, you want to feel like you have people, you know, backing you and helping you, you know. That's, to me, that's really important. And I don't know, if you're stable and you're stabilizing yourself and people look at you as a good, solid, stable person, you know, you got a little savings and you're not, you know, being unwise with, you know, your spending and you look good on paper, let's put it like that.
Right.
Right, you can show people that you're serious about what you're doing, then you can get people to come on board with you.
Nice.
Right, it's not lip service, it's work.
Yeah, it's work. I like how you said that.
Right.
Because, you know, sometimes, I don't know if you remember a movie, Father and the Bride. You remember that movie?
Father of the Bride?
Yeah, you remember that movie?
I heard about it, yeah.
Yeah, it's a classic movie, and there was a part in there where the young lady introduced her fiance or the young man she wanted to marry, and he told the father that he was an entrepreneur, and the father's response was, oh, that means he's unemployed. So I say that because that was a viewpoint, a negative viewpoint at the time of entrepreneurs, but now, you know, you're seeing more and more people who are inspired to want to be an entrepreneur, a business owner, because they see the value in it. And you use the word work. It is definitely work.
It's work. But the most wonderful part of that is that you're working for yourself. You know, you're working, you know, hard for yourself and not someone else who is not going to be respectful of your hard work, you know? And it doesn't, it adds up, you know, more, you feel more into it when it's your own business. You put more into it, you know. And I know that when I wasn't working for myself, I put everything in. I was motivated to do the best job, you know, for people, but they don't give you that that secure feeling like you do when you're in your own business, when you're working for yourself.
Yeah.
And then what the next step to when you're working for yourself is that your business should work for you instead of you pounding the pavement for it. It should pay you back. You know, and it should support itself and it should support you.
Yeah.
And then hopefully it should support some employees that you might have, you know, to need.
Right.
You know, so yeah, it's owning a business is if you really want to do this,
Yeah.
it's a good thing for a person.
Yeah, it is. It
to
really
work
is.
for yourself. Yeah.
Absolutely. Because you mentioned
Yeah.
about people working for you, so now that touches on the whole having
Right.
payroll.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure, but do you have anyone else that you?
Not at
do
the
you-
moment.
Okay, so it's really just you.
It's just me. I have friends and family that volunteer sometime when I need to.
Nice. That's
But we're
good.
getting the ball rolling at Beauty Hive, and we're becoming stable enough to where we're going to take on some employees.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing the further development of the organization and all
Yeah.
that you
It's
got.
coming along.
Yeah,
It's coming along.
that's good stuff. And
Yeah.
that's another thing, just that patience that's required
Right.
for the growth.
Right. Can't
Right?
give up.
Can't give up. So let's talk a little bit about the challenges you may have faced. I don't think I heard many challenges other than the initial outset of the people not taking you serious, but now they do. They know
Yeah.
who you are. But are there any other challenges that you find yourself facing with right now that you are overcoming?
Yeah, I'm sorry I made it sound that easy. But no, it wasn't like really easy. I was just up for the work, you know, because I put myself out there and I was ready to go. When I'm ready to go, I don't give up. But the challenges were not easy. Getting a loan my first loan was $25,000. And that really helped me build my business downtown. You know, I was able to get the signage, products, you know, and things that I needed to set up in my store. I got a part-time employee with that money. But the thing of it is that you got to turn around and pay it back.
Yeah.
A loan is a loan.
Right.
And that part, it wasn't easy, but I never missed a payment. I knocked it out. I got that money paid right back because that's your business and that's you. So that's your outlook to the lenders, is that you got to pay it back on time as promised.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like the easiest thing to do in a brand new business to have to pay back a huge lump sum of money.
Yeah.
But I was so grateful that I could not falter on what I said I was going to do.
Yeah.
So I'm not that type of person.
Well, hey, that's good business, though.
Yeah, that's good
Yeah,
business.
Yeah,
That's
you
part of
did your part, and that's something that people gotta learn when you starting a business up and someone invest in it, like give you a loan to get you going. You gotta pay that money.
You
back.
got to return that money.
Yeah. So
on
now
time.
let's talk about what is required in that. In your industry, sales.
Sales.
Sales is the thing because that's what's gonna help you pay that loan back. That's gonna help you pay that light bill and water bill, all the stuff that comes
Mortgage.
with it.
Now I got mortgage.
Oh my! Operation expenses, right?
Yep. Operation
All right.
expenses. Your
So,
overhead.
Yeah,
Yes.
the overhead debts. I love
Right,
that because
right.
that's the reality.
That's the reality.
So now that's where you are. Sales. What's helping you with your sales?
Flyers. I make a lot of flyers, and I have, you know, I pay a person a little bit of money to make sure that they all get passed out. I have business cards. I take them with me everywhere I go. I run into people. Hey, you know, I'm the face of the business, so I pass out business cards. I have a website. I haven't done much as far as advertising like on TV or anything like that. But my store has signs out front, you know, to where people can know that we're there. Big bold signs out front of my store. And I have a Facebook page. My store has a Facebook page that I update. I try to update it daily, either 2 or 3 times a day if I can.
Okay.
Yeah, and whatever, all the small things that you can do to get your business out there, like the Facebook page, like Instagram, and flyers and things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got a nice amount of marketing that's going along to try to help those sales increase.
And I do it all myself.
Do you?
I do it myself.
Okay.
Nobody helps
we got to
me
work
with
on that. We're going to talk about that.
That'll work.
But now
that part's hard too.
Yeah, let me ask you this then, because the marketing, that's a big part of helping increase the sales. So now, how are you faring with your competition? Because as you mentioned earlier, you know, you're the first African-American beauty supply store in the area. There are other beauty supply stores in this area.
It's been here for years.
Yeah, been here for years, exactly.
Years and years,
How are you faring with that competition?
I think I'm getting in there.
Okay.
I think I'm getting in there. That's work too. You know, just sustaining your business and staying there and having that staying power, you know.
Right.
And I carry a lot of the items that I've always seen in the other beauty supply stores. My store is nicely stocked. It's not there where I want it to be at, but I have a lot of items in there that I know people look for when they come into a beauty supply store.
Yeah.
You know, I'm one of those people who go to beauty supply stores, so I think I know what to stock.
Nice.
And I just try to look like the part. I try to keep my hours like the part. I try to have the inventory. But the thing about it is that I am black, and the other stores there is not a black person that is in those stores. And some people say, it's about time, you know, we really needed this, you know, but it still takes time to build up that momentum.
Gotcha.
So I'm still building on my clientele and my customer base. I'm still
Gotcha.
building on that.
Gotcha,
Yeah.
because you know when I think about you said they've been here for years doing this. People are accustomed, and so it's gonna take a little bit just to redirect attention your way.
Yeah.
Even though they're all happy for you and celebrating with you, but are they spending money with you?
Right.
Yeah, so that's the next phase of things.
That's the
and how
next
long you
phase.
been in business again?
4 years.
Okay.
August this month. 4 years.
Okay. Okay, that's good. That's really good. I appreciate you putting yourself in that position to want to provide that service for the customers. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. So
I'm a girly girl. I love it.
You're a girly girl. So
Yeah.
what are some of the products that you have? Well, tell us a little bit about your products.
I have hair care products that's I specialize in natural hair care products. The Afro's back.
Oh yeah.
And those take certain moisturizers, certain creams, certain gels, you know, to keep those afros looking good.
Right.
And I specialize in wigs. Wigs is so innovative these years. They're not your grandma's wigs anymore. They have the lace fronts that looks like your natural hairline, and I specialize in those. I even do installation if people, because it's a little bit of work to get it in and make it look good. And those are the 2 things that I really specialize in. I have braiding hair, just anything for African American hair. But I do carry shampoo, so it's across the line.
That's right.
Everybody shampoo, everybody conditions, everybody, you know, has to have that leave-in conditioner.
Okay.
And I carry lotions and just different things. I have something for everybody.
All right, sounds good. So you got a nice amount of product.
Right, I do.
Yeah. So with that said, then, Miss Willie, I want to thank you so much for coming and sharing your story, telling us
you're
about
welcome.
your journey, your history. Now, what I want to ask you to do for us real briefly is let the audience know how they can reach you. You mentioned about your social media.
Right.
Give them the information so they can come do business with you.
Should I look at the camera?
Yeah, you can. Go ahead.
Beauty Hive Beauty Supply on Facebook, and www.beautyhivebeautysupply.com, or either you can come into my location. It's 1533 Lincoln Way West, right here in South Bend. So we'll be looking for you to show up.
That's it. You got a number for them? Did you share a number?
574-334-3948.
There you go.
You can contact Beauty Hive.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Miss Willie.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. So we want to encourage you all, as you heard here today, the only black business, female-owned beauty supply store in the area of South Bend. Make sure that you can come and support. And she says she listens to feedback. If you see some areas you want to help her improve, tell her. She's open-minded. We appreciate that. It's always good to see people reaching their potential, and even still, she hasn't maxed out in her potential, but she got many more goals that she's trying to achieve, and we can help her do that in the community. So as usual, we're just so glad that you've taken the time out to be on the show, and Miss Willie, and also for our audience to view it. And we encourage you all who are in this world of entrepreneurship to keep going the pace, and we are very much thankful for all the services that you provide. So thank you again for joining us here at Let's Talk Business. See you next time.